Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Medicare Cafe. I will give you a fair warning this morning. It is just us two in the studio, and normally there's like 3 or 4 people in here running the back end, but it's a busy time of year. There's a lot of things happening. People are all over the place. We have agents coming in office and whatnot.
Crazy.
So
Sadie's doing it all. She's hosting and being IT.
This is why there's so many things right here, is because I am running everything, and if I keep looking to the side, you're going to have to deal with it. I'm so sorry because...
Can we still see the chat? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see the chat right here. We also can see some other stuff here. Put in the chat if our audio sounds okay.
Can someone give us a thumbs up?
Because most of the time, I'm also
listening on headphones.
Yeah, I'm listening on headphones and like adjusting their audio levels and stuff like that. And obviously, I cannot do that today. So let me know if you can even hear us. Okay.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
It's not pre-chat time. It's time for the official show.
Yes. Do you guys do introductions? Oh my gosh, I'm so like out of... I'm Sadie.
Oh, sometimes.
If anybody...
I'm Kari Vogt.
Cool.
I'm an agent.
Lovely. Yeah, she's an agent. We're going to be asking her lots of questions today. You even said you walked in here and you were like, hey, I just had something happen like 5 minutes ago. Which is why we love having you on the show.
Sadie said we were talking about med subs and PDPs today, and I said, well, this morning I just found out that National General, let me find the exact email, the exact wording. National General told me this morning that policies can be subject to 3 rate increases in 1 year.
Oof.
3. So what sparked all of this? And I know that like med subs can technically, they can increase their rates at any time. But I had a client who she's like in her 80s, and her premium was $250 in November when we met during AEP. Her anniversary period was in January, and she got a notice that saying her premium was going up to $290. Okay, so $250 in November. Went up to $290 in January, and she was just like, I'll keep it. Didn't want to make a change. She just got another letter that it's going up to $350. So in 7 months, her premium has gone up $100.
Yikes.
In 7 months. And I just couldn't accept it. I was like, how is that possible? And National General was just like, or Allstate, they were like, that can happen. And it can happen like a third time. It could happen a third time. And I'm like,
they're
okay.
Like, oops.
Well, now she's out of her anniversary period and she's in her 80s. So like there's nothing she can do. She's taking $100 a month rate increase.
Yeah. Ugh. But like last week, I wanted to touch on this anyway, so this is like perfect.
Mind blowing.
Last week you were saying that, here, let me go. This is what we're talking about today. We're talking about what the heck is up with PDP
What the heck is up with.
And then also obviously continuing the Medicare supplement backlash. Like,
yes.
That's probably going to be something that we're talking about quite a bit in the weeks to come. But like last week you were saying that you were kind of surprised at how many of your clients said, oh, actually, no, like called you and were like, oh my gosh, this rate increase, I need to switch.
Yes.
And then once you went through the options, they were like, actually, no, like I think I'm going to chill out.
Freaking out about a $30 rate increase. Naturally, I think that's a lot of money. When you're on a fixed income, that adds up.
100%.
I go over options and then it's just like, I'm going to stay.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just like, I'm someone who doesn't do well with change. And so like, I don't know if just in retirement, like they couldn't handle, because a lot of these were newer. Like it was like they were 67-ish, and it was like they hadn't been on a supplement for too long. I don't know. And they just didn't want to change after like freaking out on me giving them options. And then some of them, of course, did. I felt like it was about half and half.
Right. But like if they're going up $100 a month.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first of that one.
Sure. Oh,
and I'm really like it literally happened at like 9:45, and I have to make that call after this, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting how maybe some of those conversations will change when it's like, right now they're like, scary. Okay, actually, no, I'm going to stay. But then by the third
rate
change, we'll
increase,
see if they're, saying kind of like the same thing around AEP.
$100. I still just can't get over it.
I know.
I can't get over it.
Yeah. Lots of corrections, lots of stuff like that.
And then it could technically go up a third time.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right to me. So if anybody didn't know that, National General is okay raising rates 3 times in 1 year.
As the FMO, no comment. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about this. All ties in together, right? Like these PDP commissions and all that sorts of stuff. People are wondering, what am I going to do with these MedSup people? Well, if they're staying on it, what I'm going to do with, at least I have the PDP. Well, more and more companies, UHC.
Yes, I was going to say, if nobody heard or hasn't heard yet, UHC just announced they're not, as of June 1st, I believe.
Yes.
Any new apps aren't commissionable.
Yes.
So that leaves Humana and Cigna.
Yes.
In Missouri.
In Missouri. Okay. I was going to say, I think Humana.
Wait, does Humana?
Don't quote me on that.
They do.
I think
they do. They do.
Okay.
I just wrote a Humana.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
I was going to say
Humana and Cigna.
And I only say that with confidence because I heard our VP of sales say that yesterday. So
just those two?
I think that
are they cutting it too?
I don't know. No. No. Carson, if you're watching this, I swear I listen. But
I know Cigna. I can say that one with confidence.
Okay.
But it's just a matter of time.
Whatever. All technicalities. Who cares? We're just 2 girls. We're just 2 girls, okay?
Without our leader.
Yeah.
Olivia.
But what was I even saying? Oh my God.
Just why are they doing this? And I am no expert on the matter, but I just think it has to be because of what happened this past year with the Inflation Reduction Act changes, the $2,000 cap. If this new executive order that Ben and I talked about last week, if all of that comes to fruition and drug prices are going to get cut, like this all has to trickle down to the insurance companies at some level.
Right.
And they just say, well, if we can cut corners somewhere, let's cut out the agent commissions.
Right. No. Yeah, exactly. So there's so much, and we're only probably going to see it continue and continue and continue to the point where it's like, there's really no, like now there's really like not this AEP. It'll be interesting because it's like there's not really going to be a lot of like competitors in the PDP market as far as like because it's like, well, no one's making any money off of it.
Right.
But that being said, there is still going to be value because you're still going to have some clients who are staying on those value, and there's still going to be people who need those PDPs. And one thing that is kind of scary to think about is because they take a lot of time and people aren't getting paid for them. And a lot of people are trying to move their MedSup clients to MA anyway. It's kind of scary to think about from like a 10,000 foot overview.
Yeah.
Not from the agent's perspective, because of course we understand like you don't do this for free, but let's see. Humana is still commissionable on PDP. Just check.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sean. I think I was wrong. Anyway. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, it's kind of scary to think about how many agents are going to be like, this isn't worth my time, which makes sense. But
I know. I can't ever imagine saying that. When I think back to like, you know how you just have like memorable client relationships. You have like those that are such good referral sources. Like I could stem back like 50 clients to like this one person. And like all of those really good interactions, all of them have been over prescriptions.
Yeah.
Like, because when someone takes 10, 15 medications, that is so scary to them, leaving group health insurance and going on Medicare. And
100%.
I just can't imagine looking at somebody and saying, I can't help you with your drugs. You're on your own.
Yeah.
Because they would be on their own. Like, it's not like there's just going to be an agent out there who does PDPs.
Right.
So I just think you have to do it to retain your clients.
I think, honestly.
But maybe we get to a point where we like, if they all are non-commissionable, like, I don't know. I thought about like in my, I don't know. Do we make that announcement? Like, hey, just so you know, we're not getting paid
Sure.
on any of these. So
Yeah.
like it is essential that like we're efficient and that you give me your drug list before you walk in the store.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Judy has a good question here. I mean, you might have sort of kind of just answered it, but how are you guys handling PDPs for your MedSup clients when the best plan for them is non-commissionable? Do you refer them to the carrier?
Yep. So I still use, nobody yell at me. I still use Medicare app, and I didn't like it at first, but I really like that it says non-commissionable in big letters on those plans. And so when I'm comparing options, I would say the majority of my clients are like, "This, why does this one say non-commissionable?" Like they ask.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, "Oh, like this one's going to be the cheapest, but like I can't technically be your agent on there because it's a non-commissionable plan. They
Yeah.
don't pay me." But, you know, this one is the cheapest. The next one that is commissionable that I can be your agent on is this $20 Cigna plan. And, you know, a lot of times they're just like, well, yeah, let's just do the Cigna then so you can be my agent. Like it just
That's
happens naturally.
Yeah.
But then other times, like there's so many clients that I meet with that don't take any medications. And I'm like, you just get on the $0 WellCare plan.
Right.
Like it's,
Right.
you just need to be on that.
Well, because if they're not doing it, if they're not taking one today, they will probably eventually take one.
Yeah. And
So-
and I know it's not commissionable, and sometimes they'll say, "Well, why does it say non-commissionable?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't get paid on this." And they're like, "Well, no, which one can you get paid on?" And sometimes even when I'm telling them to do the zero WellCare,
Right.
they will still pick a higher premium plan, but sometimes they're just like, "Oh, well, thank you." Like they really appreciate that, like they know clearly, as clear as day, it says non-commissionable. I'm not getting paid, but I'm still recommending they do that. So,
Right.
Judy, I still recommend the non-commissionable plan. Sometimes I would say it's pretty split. Some clients choose to pay a little bit more, and other clients I enroll them in WellCare.
Yeah. These are going to be these past couple years, but like we're really seeing it like clear as day going into this AEP, which is like crazy to say because it's
I
better than
know.
I. But like this will really make or break some like agents this year, and it'll be interesting to see how many people start picking up cross-selling, how many people start picking up different events, or they like get out of their comfort zone in order to like make this work for them.
Yep.
Like we've seen senior marketing specialist has had a lot of conversations about seminars more than ever.
Yeah.
And I think it's because people are like, I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to try something new.
Yeah,
I
that's a
have
good
to get in
point.
front of people, which is like amazing. That's great. But also, this is just kind of like a Sadie thought. But I wonder if people at this point, you're talking about retention, and that's really like what PDP is like gonna
Yes,
come
that
down
is
to.
for sure.
Is it's
retention.
just like, yes, you are, this is playing the long game. In a like, let's say like in a few years, with the chance that PDPs end up being commissionable again. And if you haven't been doing them, now all of a sudden you're going to have to try
do them again.
You're going to have to start getting PDP clients all over again. And it's just like, instead of retaining the ones that you have now, it'll be like a, oh gosh, I gotta, you know what I mean? Like if it gets again to the point where like MedSup's PDPs are like what people are wanting, who knows? I can't predict the future. And that seems like such a far off thing right now.
No, but that's
like,
a good point, because I mean, look at how much can change in 1 year.
Right.
Like it's very possible that could happen.
Well, even if it's like 7 years from now, time moves so fast that it's just like that will come up quicker. And then you'll be like, I have to get all my PDP clients again.
Well, and I heard another agent that was like, that's not a big deal. Like what? They pay us like $10. And I'm like, when you have hundreds of clients, like that $10 adds up.
Right. Yeah.
Like, so it can be a big deal.
Right. We've been talking a lot about, I mean, we always talk about an office cross-selling because we see a lot of value in not just what it brings to the agencies, but like what it brings in coverage.
Oh, yeah.
And this year, if you aren't cross-selling, whether it's like just adding hospital indemnity plans to your Medicare Advantage plans or cancer plans or like whatever it may be, like now it's almost like you're gonna have to do something else.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to do something else to stay afloat. A lot of people, not
Right,
everybody.
right,
But
right.
like, if you want to make up that loss, or even like not just stay afloat, if you are still wanting to grow, like if you
Yep.
still are wanting your business to grow, this is gonna be a year where it's like,
You have to focus on getting outside your comfort zone.
yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Or just like adding other things, figuring out how to cross sell smoothly, how to put that in your appointments and whatnot. It'll be interesting. Yeah, to like see what some people do.
Judy asked, do I do the enrollment myself on Medicare app? For some I do. For some I send them a link. I'll send them instructions that says a step by step, go to this link, click apply now.
Yeah.
You want this plan name, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think that would be like a terrible idea. Just like thinking off the dome of like maybe this year, instead of like getting rid of PDPs, you're sending more links. You're sending them a PDF that gives them instructions on how to do things and kind of.
And I don't know which way is
I don't know.
necessarily right, because I think
Right.
it was something Olivia said, is that like, if you technically do the enrollment on a non-commissionable PDP, but like you don't offer to help them because you can't call on their behalf. I don't think, right?
I don't know.
Like you're not listed as the agent, right?
Oh.
And so like, I don't know. I thought she said like that can get muddy, like if there was ever a complaint.
No, that's fair. Oh, that's so fair.
So, I tend to send the link more, but like there's just some clients that are so not savvy that I would like technical. I just do the enrollment because I don't trust that they would actually enroll in the right plan.
Well, and also there's like this level of like the irony of going to someone to help you out with something that you
And then
technically
you
don't,
tell them,
and then you being like, here's how you do it yourself.
I really just kind of go with the flow and see how I don't know what I'm feeling at the moment.
It'll be interesting.
I'm being honest,
even to see
just based on the person.
Like the T65ers now, they're a bit more like
yes,
tech-savvy.
that too, Brian. Yes, because if you do it, then you have the record of what plan they have. So like next day EP, like I've been creating a little spreadsheet. Olivia loves my spreadsheet. Yeah, you cannot call on their behalf. Of people that I've sent links to, so that I remember during AEP, okay, this isn't going to be in my like CRM of what I enrolled them in because I sent them the link. So like I've been having to keep track of it in a different way. So yeah,
Legit,
you cannot call on their behalf.
Brian, you're the best. Well, yeah,
I think that is like your first comment, Brian, that I have ever. That's a serious comment.
Honestly,
oh my gosh.
Now that I've sat with it for a second, it makes me uncomfortable. No more of that.
Is that really you?
You can text me if you have a real question.
Is someone pretending to be Brian?
No, it's in all capital
Is
letters.
Yeah, it's still him.
Day one guy right there. But yeah, it'll be super interesting.
Yeah.
Have you really thought about because you might be doing a lot of switching this year, have you really thought about like what staff? I know it's just you. I know you work like a certain amount of hours and you have like one assistant. But have you thought about all it might take for people to start switching, or like your team? Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm asking. Like, like, do you feel equipped for the amount of people you might have to switch over this year?
I feel equipped, but I'm not equipped for losing. I'm just worried more of them will go non-commissionable and making up for that. I guess that's more of a way than anything, because I also like during AEP, my assistant pretty much does all the PDPs, and I give her a little bonus on each PDP that she does for me. And now I'm like, I still want to do that because I've done that the past 2 years, but now I'm not getting the commission on it. So like, that money has to come from elsewhere. So it's just, it's more of the financial aspect that I don't feel prepared for, even though it is, just each plan might be $10 that we get paid on, but that $10 adds up.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
well, Carrie, that's really all the questions I have for you today. I know that today was kind of more of just like a chit chat sort of situation. Hopefully, this got some of the, I don't want to say juices flowing or like whatever in your brain. I don't know. But yeah, I know
That's
that you
all
have a
good
hard stop here, but
conversations.
it's interesting. Sometimes it's nice to just like sit down and talk with someone about it and like get it out of your brain.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I haven't really had time to, I feel like, really process the non-commissionable PDPs. Like,
Who
it was
has?
told
Yes.
last week and I'm like, man.
Yep. Yeah. No, exactly. Well, if you want to find more people, oh my gosh, what a segue. If you
Oh,
want to find more people,
hold on. Do you have any text? Has
oh,
anybody
I
texted
don't
you?
think so.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been checking
Oh,
it.
okay.
I also
Sorry.
didn't tell people to text me, even though the
Okay.
banner's there. You guys know the drill. That's not on me. But if you want to have conversations with more people that can relate to what you do day to day, we have this Medicare Cafe. We have a page and we also have a group. The group is
Love it.
closed, and so you're able to kind of chit chat with people, ask some questions on there and whatnot, meet some other people similar to Carrie, similar to you. But that's all we have today. So, Carrie, do you have anything else before we get out of here?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, in that case,